He would come, if someone was on the phone or like doing a Skype session to their family or even their kids, he would come and stand in the background without you knowing.
This is Amy Shaw. This is Peter Rexet.
This is Tracy Lyon.
Rita Ora hanging out with Mikey on the Ranch of 30.
Hey, Mikey.
Hey, mate, how are you?
I'm wonderful, mate. I'm really good. I'm excited about the movie coming out.
Oh, yes. I went and seen it yesterday. Can I tell you, me and freaky, scary horror movies, we're not best friends, but I bloody loved it. It was incredible. There was a few moments there, though. I'm going to be honest that I was thinking, I like the paint on the roof in this cinema.
Well, it's a big book to digest, yes. So I mean, it's almost 3 hours long.
Yes,
it's a big story. But with 7 main actors, or the kids to the adults, it's a lot to get in there.
7 years. I dreamt of you. I craved you.
And I found that really interesting when that happened. We started, I mean, I don't want to give away too much, of course, but started off with the kids and then it went to you guys, and I found it really good. It was easy if you haven't seen It 1, you would catch on with this very easy. Yeah,
I don't think you have to have seen the first movie.
Well, I haven't.
You might be living under a rock if you haven't.
Yeah, I haven't. Oh,
you haven't?
No, because I don't like freaky movies. But I'm gonna see it now. I'm gonna go and see it.
You know what? It's funny. I don't like scary movies either because they just kind of inhabit your ability to be able to sleep that night.
Yes.
But I did watch the first chapter, and it's more of a coming-of-age story. It's got a beautiful nostalgia to it.
Yeah.
Yes, there's some scary moments, but it's not constant kind of gore and horror.
No,
it's kind of well placed.
Something happens to you when you leave this town. The farther away, the hazier it all gets. But me, I never left. I remember all of it.
And with this one, I think a lot of people will be put off because they're like, oh, it's Pennywise. But there's a real beautiful kind of undertow of romance in this. There's also, the story of friendship and unity. So I think there's a little bit for everyone.
Yeah.
And I kind of dare people who are scared of scary movies to go see this one.
Oh, look, I think it's fine. Like I said, I don't do that, but I loved it. Would I see it again? Yes, I would. And in fact, I want to go and watch It 1 now that I kind of know, what it's like. It's not, horror as such. It's just kind of, okay, got it. It's a clown.
Yeah, it's funny. My people in LA, they went to see it, and I actually haven't seen the full movie myself yet. I have to wait until the actual premiere in the States.
Really?
Because everyone else has seen it except for me, properly. But my people in the States kind of said it's very Spielberg-esque. It's very big and fun to watch. And they called it Indiana Jones and the Temple of It.
Wow!
Yeah.
Okay. And I get that.
Yeah.
The graphics in it, though, is incredible. I loved how it was all put together. The effects beside it, just everything was incredible with it. Is that what they wanted to do, or did it just fall into place in a way?
Well, it's funny. Andy Muschietti, the director, he wants everything to be like old school movies were made, where everything's practical instead of, so there's no green screen, there's no special effects that you have to mimic.
Wow.
As such. So everything was built. We were in these studios that were the size of football fields, and everything was practical.
Yeah.
We could see it, touch it, smell it. And then obviously the effects team would come in and kind of enhance it later on. But everything was real to us. So that did make it kind of scary in the way that we were seeing what the audience really sees when you watch the film.
Yeah.
To the losers.
We made an oath.
I swear. If it isn't dead, if it ever comes back, we'll come back to it.
We didn't stop it.
Pennywise.
Yeah, so it was pretty exciting. Like, there's a whole lot of... We spent about 3 weeks in Pennywise's lair, which is the sewers.
Yeah.
And we were in water for 3 weeks. but they would have like old dolls and toys that were floating in the water. So we'd be, you'd be walking, playing the scene, looking around, and then something would brush up against your leg, and you would kind of freak out and forget you're on a movie set.
Yeah.
Think it was some kind of, a shark or something, something kind of...
So even for you guys, like playing the roles and filming, you would freak out as well.
Yeah. I mean, Andy he's a real big kid, the director, and he would like to see us really get scared, and that he did very well.
Oh, wow. When I got back to work, I Googled Derry in the US. And was it filmed actually in Derry, or they used that as the place?
They use it as a place. Derry, Maine is where Stephen King, the author, is actually from. So a lot of his novels are based around Bangor, Maine, Derry, Maine, these actual places. But we shot in Toronto and Ontario of Canada.
Yeah.
And we shot specifically Derry is a place called Port Hope, and it's a little town, maybe an hour out of Toronto.
Yeah.
Beautiful, picturesque, town. But they would take all the Canadian flags down and put up the American flags. And really, they took over this entire town, or we took over this entire town.
Wow.
For a few weeks at least. But it was cool because the townspeople were involved. They became part of the movie. It was, the town is old as well. Like, the town actually does feel haunted in a way. So that helped.
So it's a place not to go then for a holiday?
No, maybe pass through, take a few photos. Yeah.
Wow.
We can't let it happen again.
Hello?
Kid!
Hello?
Kid! Hello. Please.
In your 20-year career of acting, did you ever think you'd be in a movie where clowns are meant to be fun and funny and entertaining? In this case, it's not the case. Did you ever think you'd be in a movie like that?
No, I was into this book of it when it came out, or not when it came out, I was born when it came out, but when I was a teenager, I read it, and when I saw the miniseries version of it, which I think a lot of people have back in the day with Tim Curry as Pennywise.
Yeah.
So, it was kind of stained on my brain as Stephen King characters can do to us.
Yeah.
So when this came up, I was pretty happy to get involved. I already had an image of what this world would be like, but it was beyond my wildest dreams. I had a lot of fun making this film. And I don't know if I'll get this experience making a film again because, Warner Brothers, the studio, were just really supportive, and we got to play on these big fun playground piece sets every day for about 4 or 5 months.
I love how all these movies are put together. Like, I'm forever on YouTube watching behind the scenes stuff, and how I just love that stuff. And
I've seen all of us die. It consumes us from the inside until we don't have a choice anymore.
You lied. And I died. You lied. And I died.
And speaking of you being in this movie, your character, Ben, did you play it exactly how you wanted to play it, or better than what you originally wanted to play it?
Well, I don't know because I haven't seen the full film yet.
Right.
In terms of prepping, I took what Jeremy Ray Taylor, who plays the kid version of Ben in the first film, I took what he did. So his performance was so beautiful and innocent and funny and sweet. So I took what he did and kind of encapsulated that in his adult casing of Ben Hanscom.
Yeah, right.
But I also listened to the audiobook version of Stephen King's It, which is really cool. It's 40 hours long, so it takes you a little while to get through it. But he gives wonderful, stories and descriptions of what Ben is like as a child and an adult, and I kind of mixed all of that up and put that on screen.
Wow. What are the best moments about filming a sequel like It, Pennywise? What are those best moments in there?
In terms of the story?
Yeah.
Man, there's so many moments there's Stephen King actually was very supportive of this film, and he would be around set often, and he actually wrote an original scene that's not in the novel for the movie itself, and that was pretty fun because it's all set around this carnival fun house. So I think that was kind of one of the scariest scenes we had to do with Pennywise.
Yeah.
And now they've kind of, in LA and London, Japan even, they've made these immersive experiences. So before you go and see the movie, you get to walk through these kind of scare fun houses. So I'm going to go and experience that when we go to the LA premiere next week.
You can have it.
Yeah, I know. But I always love that. I've always, being in a movie where they may make a ride of this kind of world is pretty cool. Hopefully you can go and use the Pennywise ride at Universal or Disneyland.
I don't think I could do that. I don't know. I went and seen the movie. I didn't think I would do it, but I did it. So look, it's worth a shot. Now, speaking of Pennywise, something behind the scenes. I mean, on screen, it's as scary as hell, but off screen, is there some fun around it? Like, does he try and scare producers or support staff? Like, what happens behind the scenes with Penny?
Well, Bill Skarsgård, who's a wonderful actor, he's a very funny guy. He comes from the Skarsgårds, Alexander Skarsgård, all those big male actors. He's very funny, and so he's very intense when he's in the role, but once they call cut, he likes to have a muck around. But often he would come, if someone was on the phone or like doing a Skype session to their family or even their kids, he would come and stand in the background without you knowing. And he'd just sort of pop his head up behind your shoulder, and then the person you were talking to would kind of scream or just freeze, and you turn around and there's Bill or Pennywise. Full horror.
One thing that really scared me when watching the movie, though, with Pennywise is not the fact that it's the clown, it's the look with the head down and the eyes at the top and then the little spotlight. That's the part that really got me when having scenes with Penny in it. But, it's scary. But
he actually, that moment that you're talking about with his eyes where one stays still and the other kind of turns to the left.
Yes.
That's all Bill Skarsgård. That's no CGI. He can actually, that's one of his party tricks that he can do.
He can do that.
Yeah, so they incorporated that into the role. That's his own kind of thing.
What an incredible art. Well, look, it's a great movie. It is definitely a great movie, worth checking out. What's next for you after it and we've seen it all? What's next for you personally, man?
I'm just fielding, reading scripts and seeing, what's next. I do have a few things coming up that I can't really talk about because nobody knows what they are yet. But, I'm also working with a few Australian directors. Australia's been really supportive of me over my career, Neighbours, Fighting Season, Sea Patrol.
Yeah.
I'm working with some great Australian directors and a few feature films in the pipeline. So,
brilliant.
It's awesome. Lots
So
going on.
good. Well, the wait is over. It's out tomorrow. The details, random30.com.au. Jay Ryan, thanks so much for joining us on the show, man.
Thanks, man. I'm glad you enjoyed the movie.